A quick disclaimer alert, I am not a hunter main, nor do I play on my hunter at all. To give you some context, as soon as I logged into my hunter for this season, I had the new seasonal quest active and I had to do that deep X-Plunge mission to begin this season off. That was when I logged in for the first time on my hunter this season. So I don't play on my hunter at all one bit, and I don't even like my hunter at all. I only use it to take up my third character slot, but it's going to be a different kind of build that's going to require you to have some patience and to plan out when you want to attack until you get your super. But once you get your super, you're going to be able to spam your super consistently, and you're going to regain your super within the next 30 seconds. Now, unless you're like me and you casually miss your super when you're trying to shoot an anti-barrier champion and it puts up his barrier at the exact same time as when you shoot your tether, well, you should be able to spam your super consistently and tether all of the enemies together. I'm going to show you guys exactly how we're doing that. But first off, let me kick it off with a shout out to one of my subscribers that commented photo finish in our last video. G-Max, shout out to you. Thanks for commenting photo finish. Let me know you're watching the video. And if you guys are enjoying the content, I'm going to be rolling out consistent builds, consistent gun reviews, and a lot of different kind of Destiny 2 content going forward. So if you guys like the content, like, comment, and subscribe. But thank you, G-Max, for finishing the last build video I made and making it to the end and commenting my favorite shader, which is the photo finish shader. So if you guys are enjoying the video, drop photo finish in the comment. But this build is going to be something irregular, and it's not going to be sort of an ability spam build that makes you spam all of your abilities consistently. It's going to be a super spam build. We're only going to be using our abilities to regain our super, and once we gain our super, we're going to be spamming that build consistently. We're going to gain Devour, invisibility, and every single thing that a hunter is known for in this build. So let's jump straight into the build. Now this build is going to centerize the Orpheus Rig exotic. This exotic provides us with the exotic perk Uncanny Round. It's going to provide us ability energy for each target tethered, and it's gonna make Mobius Quiver have an additional shot. We're not gonna be using Mobius Quiver. We're gonna be using Shadow Shot, Deadfall. With Shadow Shot, Deadfall, the main important thing you want to keep in mind for your Orpheus Rig is that once you tether all those enemies and you kill them, you're gonna gain a lot of ability energy back. So it is sort of an ability energy spam build, because when you don't have your super, you want to consistently be spamming your grenade, making void breaches, gaining Devour, and using everything in your kit just to gain your super. But that's the main important part, is just gaining your super. So have some patience and just wait until you gain your super so this build can truly shine. Now, let me show you guys exactly what we're using in our Void 3.0 subclass so we're able to spam our supers consistently. The two aspects you want to pick up in this build will be Vanishing Step, so we're able to go invisible, and Stylist Executioner. Stylist Executioner is going to give us the ability to go in and out of invisibility if we defeat targets that are weakened, suppressed, or volatile. We're going to be making enemies volatile from our Void weapon. Now, a Void build wouldn't be a Void build without Echo of Instability, and Echo of Instability is going to grant us the ability to make any of our Void rounds now have volatile rounds. This is key. Any Void build that is any good has Echo of Instability. We always want to have volatile rounds on any time we're rocking a Void 3.0 build. So pick up Echo of Instability. That is the first fragment we have, the first and most important fragment, so we can pop out of invisibility any single time we want to just by killing enemies with our volatile rounds. Now, the way we're going to gain those volatile rounds is by defeating targets with our grenades, and the grenade of choice today will be our Vortex Grenade. Vortex Grenade is going to suck all of the enemies in, and that's the perfect way to synergize well with your Deadfall Shadow Shot. So once you do tether all of your enemies, this combo for the build is you tether your enemies and then you throw down your grenade, because once you defeat those targets with your grenade, it's going to grant you so much ability energy back as well as super energy back. You're able to spam your ability. You're going to see me pop super after super after super consistently, like non-stop. I'll be able to pop over 10 to 15 supers in one sitting by just doing a GM. I've never been able to pop that many supers on any single subclass before when there was not a tether around. Now, we want to have a way to sustain all the damage we're taking in this build. That's why we're going to pick up Echo of Starvation. So once we do pick up a Void Breach or an Overpower, we're going to be gaining Devour. And Devour means any kill from any source will grant us health back. So we can get a grenade kill, we can get a gun kill, we can get any kind of kill, even a finisher, and it's going to grant us full health once we do have Devour procced. Next thing we do want is we want to make sure that we are able to gain our super energy back. So Echo Reprisal is going to give us that extra kick, so our super energy can just skyrocket and take your 4-minute cooldown down to 30 seconds. Echo Reprisal means that final blows when you're surrounded by combatants, you will gain super energy back. That's how we're able to just spam our super consistently, because of Echo Reprisal. And the last thing we do have is Echo of Cessation. Now, Echo of Cessation is something you can swap in and out. You can swap it out so you can have a longer duration in your Devour, or you can swap it out for anything else. This is the last fragment and the least important that you can swap out for any other fragment you find will be useful in this build. In this build, Echo of Cessation will make sure anytime we defeat those volatile targets, we will gain a Void Breach. Now, if you're in a GM setting, you shouldn't be too close to your ad, so if you cannot pick up those Void Breaches and you feel like you're struggling to gain that ability energy back from picking up a Void Breach, then swap out Echo of Cessation. Don't die trying to pick up a Void Breach if the enemies are too far away and you're slaying out with any kind of guns. So if you can't pick up your Void Breaches, then swap to something else and don't use Echo of Cessation. But I'm able to consistently go invisible and pick up my Void Breaches, so I'm comfortable running Echo of Cessation. Now, the weapons you want to run in this build will be Void weapons. So my favorite Void weapon in the game is Commemoration. Commemoration is a beautiful Void machine gun that you're able to use and slay out any red bar in the game. It's basically a primary weapon and frees up my other two slots, so Void weapons are a must, and Commemoration is my #1 choice. Now, going into the stats we want in this build, we want to try to build into triple 100s if you're getting the idea. The stats you want to build into will be resilience, discipline, and mobility. If you can build into triple 100s, then go for it 100%. If you don't have the armors to build into triple 100s, then the stats you should be focusing on should be resilience and then your mobility. Your mobility will now grant you a shorter duration on your dodge ability, so you can go in and out of invisibility if you're not slaying out with your Void weapon. But if you are slaying out with your Void weapon, then prioritize resilience and then discipline. So the stats that you should be building into as a must is just resilience. Resilience is #1, and then build into mobility. If you can't get 100 mobility, then start building into discipline. Then 100 resilience should be the stats you are building into. Now, the only mods we're going to be using in this build that make this build shine will be firepower. So firepower means that any kind of armor mod stacks you do have will be expended once you throw your grenade ability. So the only other thing we want in this build is a way to spawn those orbs of power. So we're going to be picking up Kinetic Siphon and Void Siphon. We do swap out Void Siphon and Kinetic Siphon with ashes to assets, but if you're not comfortable with just slaying out with your Commemoration, then pick up both. And that's it for the build. Every other mod is just pretty standard. We're only using recuperation, innovation on our boots, and damage reduction mods on our chest piece. Everything else is just pretty standard. I'm not running anything else in this build. There will be a dim link in the bio. So if you guys made it this far, be like GMAC, drop photo finish in the comment. Let me know you guys made it this far inside of the build video. If you guys enjoyed the content, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.